congratulations on doing this. This brings people together, and at this time, this incredible time that I can't ever remember anything like this, and I'm 73. This is a really strange time to be living in. But, as you said, it's a time for people to come together, and we all know that. And I'm hoping that at the end of this all, and when it finally goes away and we can start venturing out again, that we will be kinder to each other, we will be more tolerant of each other. If we don't learn a lesson from this, we're never going to learn from anything.
I totally agree. I had Alicia Keys on the show a couple days ago, and we were talking about the little things, that how this makes you just really have so much gratitude for the little things. And the people in your life that you forgot to tell them how much they made your day. We're constantly talking to each other, but I was talking about my local cafe, and I go there and I get my coffee in the morning, and that's part of my ritual. And it's not the coffee that lifts me up or wakes me up, even though it does. It's the people in there that I see daily that become a part of the highlight of my day, and they're just the people that you forget to tell them how much you really appreciate them. So I look forward to telling everyone in my community how much I've missed them when we finally get to be back together again.
Exactly. I mean, we're in Los Angeles, in the house, we're locked down. But when I get up, because of the time difference, I call people in Europe and England. I think calling people is really important to make sure they're okay, especially people who are vulnerable to this disease, the more elderly people. And it doesn't seem to have any age group now. Everyone is getting infected. But people who are of a certain age need to be called and make sure they're okay. And then I start calling people in America. And it's a reconnection. And it's very important. My big concern, apart from the coronavirus, which is such an incredibly unknown thing, and the health services globally are being stretched beyond belief, and the people on the front line are doing such an incredible job. Being involved with AIDS for so long, my concern with this coronavirus thing is that the people who need their AIDS medicines are getting the treatment that they need, because they might get pushed back to the back of the queue because of the people who need treatment urgently because of coronavirus. So I mean, I'm concerned with that, and I've been speaking to my foundation in England, and we're going to roll out in the next 3 months $1 million for people so that they can get their medicines, they can get the treatment in marginalized places, in rural places globally. As a result of coronavirus, people with another infectious disease are going to suffer too. So you're going to get double whammy going on. So I'm going to stick to my guns with the AIDS Foundation and make sure, because of this global pandemic that's happening, that the people who are suffering from another global pandemic don't get forgotten. So it's a double whammy, and that's what my foundation has tried to do: help the marginalized, help the poor, help the people who mustn't get left behind. And so that is my main focus in the next 3 months, is to make sure that these people on the HIV and AIDS lifeline that we give them don't get forgotten. And let's face it, there's so much pressure and the toll on the people who are working on the front line in these situations, the nurses, the doctors, everybody, ambulance drivers, policemen, firemen, everybody. They can only do so much. So we have to step up with the organizations that we know globally and make sure that they're doing their job too, to take the focus and some of the strain off the health workers that are doing their job so brilliantly now.
Absolutely. And it's really important that, at this time, if you're not in a position where you can make large donations, just even showing your appreciation. So I've really been encouraging my fans to be posting, holding signs, thanking our healthcare workers and people on the front line, of just showing your appreciation. If you don't have money to donate, just letting them know that you see them and you see their efforts, and we depend on them. I saw a great thing online that said we now really can see who is running this country all along, and it's them.
It is. And, we sit in our lovely, we are well-off people. We have no idea. We see images and we see postings by people who are working on the front line. We really don't have any idea what these people are going through. They're going through hell. And they're going through hell because they're working, 24/7. They're seeing people die in front of their faces. And it's getting worse and worse at the moment. So, I'm at a loss to describe how these people must be doing. I mean, I just can't believe that they're so heroic. Well, they are heroic. And it's a bit like World War I, World War II, when people have to come together. And I didn't go through any of those things, but I've never experienced anything like this. And we must focus our attention on the people that need it most, the people on the front line.